banner.
Thank you. Rob Cesternino back here, Reality Rally, with a guy that you know very well. We talked to him just a couple of weeks ago. He's here at the Reality Rally now in person. It's Chris Daugherty from Survivor Vanuatu. Chris, how are you?
Doing good, man.
Yeah.
Back in Temecula for the second year.
Yeah, you are.
Here for a good cause.
Yeah, you love the Reality Rally.
Sure. Yeah, man, it's awesome. I'll tell you what, it's one of the best events, I've been to. So.
Yeah. Well, what makes the Reality Rally better than some of these other events?
You know what? There's a lot of things involved. When it's organized and there's a schedule, and you know what you're here for and what you're raising the money for, and everybody seems to be here for the right reason.
Yeah,
you know
I think so. I think so. They're definitely, they require everybody to raise like the money before they come here. So, there's not any of these, sometimes they bring in some of these people and you say, what is this person? Yeah, they're losing money bringing this person in.
Right.
So it's good. All right. So, have you been sticking with this season of Survivor?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what are you making of all this? Because it looks like it could be shaping up for a very Vanuatu-like, in that the women have taken control.
Oh, yeah.
It could get down to maybe one guy. Could there be another Chris potentially this season?
I don't see it happening. I think it's going to definitely be a woman thing at the end. It looks like. You know what? One of these guys left. They're going to have to start playing these women now.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get a girl as an ally, and you're going to have her doing some homework for you, and just like I did, but. They're going to have to start preparing now.
Yeah.
I mean, if they see the women taking over, which they have, it's obvious.
Yeah.
One of them better start playing the game with them.
Could Troyzan potentially be the Chris of this season? Could he be a guy who goes on a run?
I don't think so.
No.
No, you know what? He's out. He seems to be outspoken. He's definitely a player. He's playing the game hard.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think he has. Not to boast my own ego. I don't think he has the charm or the charisma to.
No, I agree with that. I don't know if he has the social game.
I agree.
Because you could, weave in and out of working with all those women. I don't know. It's like he's going against those women.
I know it. It's going to hurt him in the long run. That very same thing hurt Chad my season.
Yeah.
The women took control, and as soon as we knew it, we got back to camp. Chad went off on him, got on his soapbox, told him what he thought. You can't do that.
Yeah. Chris, what are you making of Tarzan?
Well, he's mind-numbing. I couldn't imagine being there with him 24/7.
You're not amused by his rantics?
Well, you know what? The game's afoot.
The game is afoot.
I don't know what else to say, He's a horse of a different color.
Yeah. Did you have anybody like that on your season that was that out of control?
Not that out of control.
JP?
No.
Only in real life.
Who's JP? Did he play my season? Did I earn the bell?
Yeah.
What's the bell mean? Well, I could get a lot of bells.
Yeah.
You know what? Sarge was, he was pretty, outspoken, and especially when we got the coffee.
Yeah.
If anyone was to have compared to Tarzan, Sarge a little bit, but not to the extreme.
Yeah. Who do you think is playing the best game out of these women? Is it obvious?
Yeah, it's obvious, and it's the girl running the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim.
Kim is absolutely calling the shots.
Yeah.
I don't know who all knows she's calling the shots. That's what makes it kind of interesting for me.
Yeah. Is it possible, like, I've said that, she feels like watching her kind of like it was watching Amy during your season. But you said that, Amy wasn't as much calling all of the shots as it looked like on the TV show. So
True.
do you think it's possible that Kim doesn't have as much of a grasp on the game as it's being shown to us that she does?
Man, that's tough. You know what? Anybody viewing the game is going to sit back and say, Kim's calling the shots, even as a past player or a fan. I was in the game. I was playing the game. And I had no idea the kind of power Leanne had in my game. All along, Amy. I thought Amy's the queen bee.
Yeah.
She's going to, cut my head off. But Leanne. So it's hard to tell. I don't know. The way they're portraying it, she's running the show. So, I couldn't tell you.
Do you think any of these other women have a chance?
Absolutely. I think so. I mean, I think any one of them have a chance, I think there may be a couple women in there that's just riding along until the end, and they'll whip their game out when they need to. So,
Chris, put yourself in Troyzan's shoes. Now, you're Troy. Now, we put Quantum Leap your brain into Troyzan. What should Troyzan be doing right now to Chris it the rest of the way here on the season?
He needs to be finding. He needs to find some kind of relationship with one of the women, and he needs to use that woman to help him make it to be the last guy with the women. The last guy with the woman, of course, has the best chance. The women's going to start
true in a
determining.
lot of things.
Right. I know. It is. Absolutely. And when you're that last guy, you're going to start telling them women, which one are you go next? I'm next. But one of you women, you got to be. There's a pecking order. So if I was him, I'd be making an alliance with a woman and doing it secretly and trying to get her to campaign for you. That's all he can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good plan.
That's, you know what?
Really? He could use in basketball, he could use a 20-second timeout. Chris comes in, all right, Troyzan, look, here's what, you get out the whiteboard and look, this is what we're doing here.
Sure. Draw up a play.
Draw up a plan.
I could do something, but he's got his work cut out for him. For sure.
We'll see. And he had an immunity idol, and he wasted it. He didn't even need to use it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a call you got to make.
Yeah.
You know what? You're either going to turn out a hero or a zero. You know what I mean? I'm a lot like him, and I agreed with him playing it. And I'll tell you why. I'm not getting voted off with an immunity.
That's true. That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather use it and not necessarily need it than walk down that cold, dark, blue-lit path to, the end of Survivor.
And what'd you make of this guy, Jay, who got voted off this week, and the game that he ended up playing?
Not much.
Yeah.
I didn't think much at all.
All right, so are you competing in the rally today?
I think I am. They haven't exactly given me the rundown. I think it's best that I compete. Last year, I gave up my spot to a girl that just begged me to play, and lo and behold, that team won.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So
you have the lucky spot.
I don't know if I'm going to be on a winning team or not. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So whatever you do, I think it's automatically wins. I think so. You're putting your perfect record on the line.
Right. Well, why don't CBS put my perfect record on the line?
Okay, sure.
What's their problem?
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe I need to talk to Hatch. He's here.
Yeah,
maybe he can pull some strings for me.
If he could pull certain strings, I think he would have. The last couple of years might have been different.
Yeah, right. Well, never know. I'd
never
like him to pull some strings for me at CBS.
Okay.
Not so much the correctional institutions, just CBS.
All right, well, Chris, thanks so much for coming on.
It's always good
People
talking
loved
to
the podcast that we did a couple of weeks ago.
Good, I'm happy.
People were very happy, and people love you, and I hope you have a great race today.
I enjoy talking to you, man.
All right, Chris,
Thanks
take
for
care,
having me, buddy. All right,
bye.
Take care.